What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. My eye here is like, I've nicked it somehow. I don't know how, I've like rubbing it, I've like scratched it or caught it and it's now got like a little cut there. And it's making me rub it more, it's making it worse. So if you think, my god, that eye looks retarded, it's because it looks retarded, and I apologise. Thank you guys for the support on the last videos. Of course, the amazing support on this channel, just overwhelming, like truly overwhelming. I've been streaming a bit recently, and I've been streaming some games with this account, and I'm unsure as to whether or not I want to make them into videos. What do you guys think? I could either make them into videos and just, you know, it will be an overload of gameplay. We'll talk about that in a second though. Alternatively, I could just leave a link in the description that will have a link to the stream where you can go and watch the gameplay. So I guess I'll leave that up to you in that sense. But in terms of the overload of gameplay, I want to know how you feel about gameplay, right? Because when I'm doing good in Foot Champs, I want to show you the gameplay. I want to show you everything that happens, everything I do, every which way I go, score, formations, tactics, etc. But if you guys have been following me a lot closer recently, specifically on social media, you'll know that I'm struggling right now. I'm struggling in FIFA. I can't figure it out. I don't know what's going wrong. I know the mistakes I'm making, but I can't figure it out. Something that came to light yesterday was that I was playing in Division 1 on the Road to Glory account, just trying to figure out what team I'm going to use for the upcoming weekend league. And I came up against a guy called Henri14 Legend. And Henri14 Legend in January finished 66th in the month, in the world for the month. He messaged me like during the game I'm playing, and I could tell he was a good player. And I was like, right, this dude's good, man. I need to focus, I need to get my game face on, I need to play good FIFA. And I ended up taking the lead, and I held the lead all the way up until about the 85th minute when he scored a goal. Nice goal. I gave up silly possession, and I conceded a goal, but it was a fair goal. It was a fair game. And at the end of the match, a draw was a fair result. You know, we both had some good chances. We both missed some chances. The possession was even. And overall, it was a good game. And he messaged me in the chat afterwards. He said, hey, that was me that just played you. So I asked him, where do you usually finish? He says, usually Elite 1 or top 100. And so I was like, okay, let's have a look. So I went and had a look on his, on his FootWiz profile, and he was right. So I could feel that he was a good player, and I upped my game, and I gave him a really tough game. Then in other games, I come up against people who just aren't so good, and I let myself down, and I lose games. And I know people, like when I talk about this on Twitter, it's hard to get into 140 characters what you're trying to say, right? I'm not trying to say I deserve to win every game. I'm not trying to say that I have a divine right to win just because I've got this team, or because I got 34 wins one time, or because I usually get elite. Like I don't feel like I have a divine right to win. But I know when I'm the better player, and I know when I lose because sometimes I lose games because of a little bit of AIDS. Again, case in point was in last night's stream where I was in a tight game. I was 1-0 down, and it was on the stroke of half time, and I conceded the most AIDSy bullshit goal. And under normal circumstances, if you're winning by a margin or if you're losing by a margin, that doesn't make any difference. Yeah, the AIDS one AIDS goal, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't change how the game plays. But in this instance, in a tight game where I was 1-0 down, that goal to put this guy 2-0 up on the stroke of half time made all of the difference. So I understand that there are times where I will concede AIDS goals and where I will score AIDS goals, and they will be the difference between winning and losing. But generally speaking, the AIDS in the game isn't the difference between winning and losing. The difference between winning and losing is your skill, your player ability. So I don't understand how I can know that I'm up against a good player, and I can up my game and play well and give a tough game and give a good account of my abilities, and then I can play against someone who I feel is not as good a player, and I let myself down and end up conceding some stupid goals because I play bad. And I'm saying I'm the problem. You know, I panic defend. I switch to my centre backs and rush them out of play all too quick. I use second man press far too much. And what I do is I start getting in my own head, and I start causing myself even more problems. And it's really frustrating. So in these times, going back to the original point, in these times where my gameplay isn't necessarily the best, Do you guys still enjoy watching all of the FUT Champs gameplay? Is that like, do you want to see everything, or are you happy for some things to be left on stream? You know, this series, I've gone off the beaten track a little bit. What I want to do, and what I'll start doing a little bit more now that everything, you know, all the problems are out of the way. What I'll start doing a little bit more is going back to the basics of what was making us coins and what was helping this series. Bronze pack method, the upgrades, SBCs, because right now it's just all thrown into a bit at once. You know, that you see a little bit of this here, a little bit of that there. You'll see half of an SBC completed in one video, then the other half just randomly completed in the other video, and there's no structure. And I like structuring videos. I like people to click on a video and know what they're going to watch and know what they're going to see. And to fit in more of the kind of administrative tasks within FIFA, I would happily reduce the amount of gameplay if you guys wanted to see less gameplay and more administrative like duties. But I know a lot of people like the gameplay. However, I'm a very proud person. I like to give people what I consider to be good content. And watching me get dicked every other game, that is not good content. So what do you guys think? What do you guys, let me know down below, guys. Let me know down below. With that being said, for only the second time in this FIFA, I lost my first game in this weekend league, and I just thought, okay, here we go again. You know, last weekend league, I started off really well. I started off last weekend league 11 wins and 1 loss, and I finished on 27 wins and 13 losses. That's horrendous. This weekend league, we lost our first game, but we come back with a vengeance, and I believe that was our 3rd or 4th win straight away, and I went on a hell of a win streak. That was my 2nd win, sorry. I ended up winning 8 in a row. So I went from 0-1 to 8-1. So at 8-1, I'm content with that. My aim is to get 30 wins as a base minimum. My aim is to win 3 and lose 1. And then if I can turn one of those losses into a win, happy days. It gets me up to 31 or 32 wins for the weekend. But my base aim is 30 wins. You know, Elite 3 for me should be somewhere where I'm getting every day. Every weekend league, but it's not always the case. Now, I've got some comments, guys, and some of the comments are going to tie into what we've just talked about. But the first comment is from Anton Lund. Good to see you back in the comment section, my dude. He says, "Hi Nep, do you think EA have changed something to FIFA because defending seems to be really hard? And do you think they should give out more SBCs, like every Sunday a guaranteed 81 or something? Love your content, much love from Sweden." I do feel like the game has changed very, very, like, I tell you, like, I feel like the game has changed, but I wonder if that's just cognitive bias. I wonder if that's me saying, yes, I feel like the game's changed because I'm not doing as well, when in actuality, maybe the players that we're playing against are just better. You know, maybe they've grown as players where we haven't. I would agree that it feels like something has changed in the game. It feels like when they released the most recent patch and they changed the way the defensive line sits, that was when you should have felt the change. But for me, I didn't feel a change there because the next weekend league I got 32 wins. So it was an interesting one. Like, you know, they updated the game. They made a big set of changes to the game, and it felt the same. And then there was a week where there was no FUT Champs. And in that week where there was no FUT Champs, I don't know what they did, if they did anything, but the next 2 weekend leagues have been my worst 2 weekend leagues since week 1. I haven't finished this low since week 1, which is real disappointing for me. But I would say potentially they have changed something, but I can't put my finger on it. I couldn't tell you with a guaranteed that yes or no. It does feel like something's a bit different, but at the same time, it feels like everything's the same. It's a really weird one to talk about and to try and get your head around, but that's how it is. Do I think they should give out more SBCs? Yes. You know, we talked about SBCs at length before. In general, I think they need to give a few more base SBCs, like that are just there as repeatable SBCs consistently. And what I would suggest for that would be, I tweeted about this on Twitter and we talked about it in videos before. I would suggest an SBC where you can trade in 5 regular fitness cards, the 5 bronze plus 20s, and get a bronze squad fitness. 5 silver plus 20s or plus 30s or whatever they are, and get a silver squad fitness, and then the 5 gold ones and get a gold squad fitness. Make it untradeable, so it only affects the trade value of the cards that you put in, not the trade value of the cards that you get out. But fitness should not be the bulk of your kind of financial spend. Fitness, you should not have to worry about fitness in this game. Like, it just shouldn't be an issue, you know? So I'd love to see like an SBC like that. I'd also love to see, right back at the start of FIFA, they did SBCs where it was like no goalkeeper SBC or something, like where basically you traded in a team that wasn't allowed to have goalkeeper in it, or didn't have had the goalkeeper block of the formation filled out, locked, so you only put a regular team in, and you just get a cruddy little pack for it. More of that. We want more of that. We want, like, it gives value to the market by giving those like little SBCs. And I think EA really underestimate how much people enjoy them, because right now it seems like we just get a very generic set of SBCs. We get the Player of the Month once a month, we get marquee matchups once a week, we'll get the Legend intermittently, we'll get a random kit during, like, we only seem to get like new SBCs outside of marquee matchups for promotional weekends, the Chinese New Year weekend. That was a week where we had special SBCs. Christmas was a week where we had special SBCs. New Year was a week where we had special SBCs. Like, I don't want there to have to be a promotion in FIFA for us to get an SBC that's going to be fun to do. I agree with you. I would love to see EA do something that just, Monday is an SBC where you literally trade in, let's say, I don't know, 2 bronze strikers, 2 silver centre midfielders, and 2 gold centre backs. Just all straight down the middle. It doesn't have to have chemistry or anything like that. Just 2 bronze strikers, 2 silver centre mids, 2 gold centre backs, and in return for it, you get 2 player packs. You know those 2 player packs where you can upgrade the 11 gold players and get the 2 player pack? Do more stuff like that makes it fun to get those, because they're untradeable. They don't really affect the market, and those players typically just like get put back into the upgrade mill. But in general, yeah, like, I would love to see some more SBCs, but I'd love to see some more repeatable, useful SBCs. Like, right now, I have like over 1,000 bronze contracts in this club. Allow me an SBC where I can trade in 10 bronze contracts for a silver contract, 10 silver contracts for a gold contract, or 3 bronze contracts for a silver contract. Something that actually kind of marries the value of the contracts. Like, something like that, that would just be pretty damn awesome. Like, it would be good. It would be good. I could talk about SBCs literally for days, but I'm not going to, because we've got some more comments. Jordan Cresswell says, "Hey Nep, love the series. I feel like FIFA needs a reward structure like medals, for example." I don't know what he means like that, but I kind of get what he means. He says, for example, play 1 game, get a 5k pack untradeable, play 10 games, get a 7.5k pack, and he goes on and so forth. Should implement it for literally everything: goals scored, wins, clean sheets, etc. I do not disagree. The gaming industry a lot right now is very heavy influenced by this sort of thing, by just play to earn, grinding. And whilst you could argue that EA or like FIFA already has a grinding aspect, you play games, you earn coins. With those coins, you can buy packs and you can buy players. So that has that kind of grind. But every game has more than one grind rewards kind of system. In FIFA, they have the manager tasks. Everyone can complete the manager tasks in the first day, in the first hour. It's the first thing everyone does to get that 1 free pack. Why not create new manager tasks every week? Every Monday, a new set of manager tasks get refreshed, and boom, you get a pack for that, or a reward for that, just for doing nothing in particular on the game. But again, I would agree that I would love to see things in this game that reward people that just play the game, like things to work towards. For example, in FIFA Mobile, there's stuff to work towards. There's like 4 different categories in FIFA Mobile. They have attack mode, they have seasons, which is like an offline thing. They have like a league section where like your league plays against another league, and they have live events. And for each of these 4 categories, they have an abundance of tasks to complete. And then on top of that, they have a general task list to complete. For example, one of the tasks to complete in the League v League section is to score 10,000 free kicks. So you and your team, you have like a team of 32 people basically. So there's me, and I've got 32 or 31 of the viewers or subscribers or people on Twitter that are into FIFA Mobile. We have a league, and every time we score a free kick within that league, it builds towards completing a task that score 10,000 free kicks. And when you score 10,000 free kicks, you get a special edition Andrea Pirlo. He's like 90 or 92 rated, something like that, and it is untradeable, but it's awesome. It gives you something to work towards. And for EA, I don't know why they don't offer something like, just on a daily basis, play 1 game. and it gives you a reward. Just an extra bonus reward. It could be coins, it could be an untradeable pack, it could be a silver pack, it doesn't have to be gold pack, it's just something. Win 1 game, gives you a reward. Play 5 games, play 10 games, win 5 games, win 10 games. Fair enough. Score a hat-trick. You know, score from outside the box. As you said, like, goals scored, wins, clean sheets. There could be so many different things that EA could implement that could help people just want to play this game, but they don't. They just don't. And more stats are needed. You know, I would love to see how many goals have I scored in total. I want to be able to go to a section of my club that just says you have scored 17,455 goals. I would love to see that. They track it in seasons. They track it in draft. Why can't they track it as an overall thing? I don't understand. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Your point is very, very well understood though, and yes, I would love that. Ice Bank Myself, brilliant name. It's ice as in like the cold hard ice, and then bank as in like where you store your money, and then myself. But obviously when I say it, it sounds like I spank myself, right? Brilliant. What new game mode would you like to see in FIFA 18, considering Draft and Foot Champs are the newest additions to the past 2 FIFAs? What would you like to see introduced into the next FIFA? Love to see the series and glad you're back on that grind. I appreciate that, dude. What new game mode would I like to see? You know, I wouldn't necessarily like to see a new game mode. I would like to see the current game modes refined. I would like to see Foot Champs refined. I would like to see, you know, the Foot Draft refined. They need to change the Foot Draft structure. The thing I would say, they need to try to change the rewards and the structures of basically everything, right? But the thing I would say is, in terms of like a new game mode, I wouldn't necessarily like a new game mode again per se. I'd like something almost like a hybrid of the Draft and Foot Champs. Something where you go in and you play 10 games and you get, like in divisions, it's almost like a hybrid of all 3. So let's say you pay 10,000 coins to enter this thing, this tournament. And in that 10 games, you pay 10,000 coins, you enter, you play against 10 random people, and you accumulate points over the 10 games. There's no cap, there's no like title won or not. And then based on the number of points you get a reward for it. That reward could be random, it could be like draft, or it could be structured like Foot Champs. But just something that for us to do through the week that's fun. So you can just rinse and repeat. So let's say you pay your 10,000 coins, you enter, you play your 10 games, maybe you get 22 points. And 22 points is worth a 25k pack. Brilliant. I've now got a 25k pack for 10,000 coins. Why does that benefit EA? Because I've spent 10 games worth of my time doing it. It can be repeatable. It can be like, you know, just constant, and it would be fun. It would be fun. One thing though, that I was just thinking about there that I would like to see in FIFA 18. What was I thinking about? Damn, man, I literally, as I was talking, oh yeah, so I would love to see custom leagues and custom tournaments. I don't know why this isn't in the game yet. I've been sort of like asking for it and talking about it for many years now, literally since FIFA 12. I want to be able to create a league or a tournament that can either be free to enter or pay to enter with coins, or FIFA points, I guess. And then you, like, let's say I create a 10-man league, me and 9 of you guys, everyone buys in with 10,000 coins, so there's a 100,000 coin kitty. EA can take 20,000 coins on tax and remove coins from the market, helping the game in that sense. And then we play. First place gets, 70% of the pot. Second place gets 20% of the pot. Third place gets 10% of the pot. Everyone else gets nothing. But it would be fun, and the same for a tournament. That is the game mode, I guess. That is the game mode I would love to see in FIFA 18 is custom leagues and custom tournaments, both pay to enter and free to enter. I think that would be brilliant. Right, after our first 10 games, I'm 8-2. This was again a situation where I feel like I should have been 10-0. I lost the first game is whatever. I lost that second game. Like, I don't believe that penalty should have been. I tackled him and then I pressed B to clear the ball with my defender, and he stuck a leg out instead, because I thought I had possession of the ball. He stuck a leg out instead. The attacker went over his leg. He got a penalty. It was definitely a penalty, but it wasn't the thought process wasn't what was actually achieved. But anyway, guys, 8-2 after 10 games, not the worst. You know, not the worst. Could be a hell of a lot worse. Could be a little bit better. But 8-2 is a good start, a positive start. The team that we used is on the screen right now. I was thoroughly enjoying it. This, though, guys, will be the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.